Hello again. We're going to continue on learning about how plants grow, the different plants part. And now we have the roots of the plants. And underneath the soil, we see there is this huge network of roots that absorb that water and nutrition from the soil to help the plant grow through that process of photosynthesis. Did you know there's a really neat way of growing plants now that you can grow right in water? It's called hydroponics, and that's something I'm getting very interested in. I think I'll find out more about that so I can share that with you in another lesson. But now, let's find out about our magical roots. Did you know many roots we can actually eat too? A lot of animals eat roots, but a lot of the foods we eat are roots of the plant. Think about potatoes and carrots and turnips and beets, things like ginger and turmeric. Those are all the roots of plants that are so healthy for our bodies. So it's neat to learn about the roots of plants and their special purpose. Plants need roots. Roots keep plants from falling over. Roots grow down into the ground. And look at these trees have adapted huge root systems that grow right in water. In the mangroves, we see this a lot, where the big root systems create habitat for the animals that live in the water beneath the root systems of the plants. It's an amazing, amazing world. Roots get food for the whole plant. They suck up food and water from the soil. See, they're just like little straws that the plant can pull them up. This looks like a daffodil plant to me. That's a kind of bulb that the roots will come down, and the bulb is a large root that contains the baby flower inside and leaves to get started, and those roots will help to nourish it as it grows. Roots send food up plant stems. Stems carry the food to the rest of the plant. Isn't it interesting to think about the trunk of a tree is the stem of that plant? It's amazing. Those big branches are stems of the trees too. But here we see a gigantic root system that will spread out all around the canopy of the tree, usually below ground. But these are really interesting how they've grown above ground too. All kinds of roots. Long tree roots spread out under the soil. They search for water below. And we see lots of different plants grow around the roots and base of the tree. And we see leaves and things that will break down. We call that decomposition, compost. And they'll provide food for our decomposer animals like worms and roly-polies or what we call pill bugs. And they will eat up that dead plant material, and they'll poop out new rich soil to give vitamins to the tree as it grows. It's amazing. The more you learn about Mother Earth, the more you want to learn and realize that we're still learning so much. And that's an important thing to know. We all need to learn as much as we can so we can be helpers to Mother Earth and heal our planet. Shallow cactus roots soak up rain quickly. They store water for the plant. So some of these big saguaro cacti, they can live to be over 100 years old, and they can store over 100 pounds of water inside their bodies. They might only get rain once a year in the desert, and all those shallow roots suck up all the water as it passes through, and they store it in their fleshy body. They're also covered with all these thorns, which will take the water from the air and store it in the body. Plus, it protects the plant from animal predators who might want to eat it. Water lily roots grow down into the mud. Roots keep the plants from floating away. And the water lily is such an amazing, beautiful plant. It has a long, long root that goes to the muddy bottom of the pond. And such a beautiful, beautiful plant. We love to see fish and froggies peeking up from those beautiful leaves. Roots we eat. We can eat some roots. Carrots are the tap roots of green leafy carrot plants. So, did you know carrots grow in a rainbow of colors? And our first carrots were actually purple. They came from China. So it's fun to learn about the history of plants and where they came from in the world and how we're able to have so many different plants because people shared seeds. It's amazing. Another important thing about these carrots is this greenery up at the top, the stems and leaves, is the host plant for swallowtail butterflies. They lay their eggs on these plants, and the caterpillars will eat that greenery to help them get big enough to undergo their metamorphosis. So we help each other live and grow on Mother Earth. It's a win-win-win. Oh, look at this, radishes, white and pink and purple and red. They're kind of spicy, but they're fun. Did you know you can even cook radishes? You can roast them in the oven and they get a little sweeter when they're cooked like that. Some of these are turnips too. Turnips are root vegetables. They taste good in soups and salads. There's lots of really neat root vegetables, rutabagas, too. They call them Swedes in Europe, but they add a lot of flavor to soups, and they grow well even where it's cold. So Mother Earth always provides food wherever you live. You just have to learn about how to grow it and the proper way, and that's what I want to help you all learn, is how to care for Mother Earth and how to grow things so that you and your family and your friends and your community can all live happy, abundant, healthy lives. Wonderful roots. Deep or shallow, thick or thin, roots help plants stay alive. And we can see those long roots, and there's the dirt. Gotta wash them off good before you eat. You can even eat the greens on a lot of these. Things like beets have delicious greens that are full of all kinds of good health to keep your body healthy. We have to eat a rainbow every day. Mother Earth has provided us with all these plants in order to keep our bodies healthy. Parts of a corn plant. This is interesting. We see one ear of corn here, which is the fruit of the corn plant, because each one of these little kernels is a seed. So you can see one ear of corn has tons of seeds that we could grow a new corn crop. You know, it'd be fun to count how many there are because there's so much potential for new food for our animal friends, for us. And it can be eaten fresh, but we can also dry corn to make corn flour for tortillas or for cornbread, things like that. Mother Earth has all these different plants that are here to feed us and keep our bodies healthy. So here's that little seed. We call that a kernel. And we see the little start of a stem and a little leaf and the little roots growing down. And it will grow and grow and grow. The more sun it gets, it'll conduct more and more photosynthesis to help that plant grow. We grow a lot of corn in our part of the world. And corn is one of the sisters that the Native American people shared with us. Corn, beans, squash family, and even sunflowers. Each one was an important gift, and we're going to learn more about that and this important gift from our friends, the Native Americans, that allowed our ancestors to live healthy lives here in the New World.